Hello and welcome. You're watching AD4 TV Radio News Update, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. I am Adirayo Senami. No fewer than 799 suspected rapists and gender-based violence offenders have been arrested by the police in Nigeria between January and May this year. Inspector General of Police Muhammad Adamu said 631 cases have been investigated and charged to court, while 52 are still under investigation. He said some men rape for ritual purposes, and it is necessary to brief the public on the activities of the police in curtailing the crime, as many members of the public are not aware of such efforts.
The Nigerian police so far from January 2020 till May 2020, we've recorded about 717 rape incidents that were reported across the country, and about 799 suspects were so far arrested. We'll call on every member of, every Nigerian that has or comes across any victim of sexual offenses, of rape, or gender-based violence to quickly report to law enforcement agents.
In a developing story, aide-de-camp to the wife of Nigeria's President Aisha Buhari, Usman Shugaba, has been released by the police and immediately reassigned to the force headquarters in Abuja. As reported by AD4 TV Radio last week, the crisis at the presidential villa, which led to the arrest and detention of Shugaba and other security personnel attached to Mrs. Buhari, started last Monday when Buhari's personal assistant and private secretary, Sabi Yusuf, refused to embark on a 14-day isolation upon returning from a private trip to Lagos. Meanwhile, the national coordinator of the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 in Nigeria, Dr. Sani Liu, on Monday said rail transport will resume as soon as domestic flights begin operations and the ban on interstate travel is lifted. He said the task force will work with the Ministry of Transportation to ensure the Nigerian Railway Corporation puts appropriate measures in place and observes all protocol to prevent the spread of coronavirus. In a developing story, Nigeria's Aviation Minister Hadi Sirika on Monday announced the suspension of ExecuJet, the airline that flew Afro-pop artist Aziz Fashola, also known as Naira Marley, to Abuja for a concert at the Jabi Lake Mall. The minister, who spoke at the daily briefing of the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19, said the flight that conveyed Naira Marley to Abuja for the concert was approved to convey a servant justice from Lagos to Abuja. As reported on AD4 TV Radio on Monday, the Federal Capital Territory Administration on Sunday sealed the mall indefinitely for violating government's ban on public gatherings. We'll take a break now. When we return, Iran moves to boost birth rates. Stay tuned, details coming shortly.
Positive for the coronavirus disease? Here is what you can do. Quite frankly, nothing prepares you for the positive diagnosis of the coronavirus disease. It is important to know, however, that this diagnosis is not the end of the world. It is absolutely normal to feel afraid, sad, worried, tense, and confused, but you must come to terms with and accept the reality so that you can do the needful. Following the diagnosis, here are a few things you can do. 1. Remember that you are not alone. There are people who have survived, and you can too. 2. Educate yourself about the virus. It primarily affects the respiratory system. 3. Your body may react with little or no symptoms or with severe reactions. Severity varies per individual. 4. Do not visit any hospital and do not give false details of your symptoms, condition, travel history, or contact with an affected person. 5. Get in touch with the NCDC for guidance on 0800 97 00010. 6. Trust that the relevant authorities such as the NCDC and your state Ministry of Health will provide the best advice and care for you. 7. Be responsible by taking the precautionary measures of self-isolation, social distancing, and admission when offered to you. 8. Do not attempt to leave the isolation centers when treatment is ongoing. 9. Avoid creating panic by listening to or spreading unconfirmed sources of information. 10. Use the period as a time of reflection and communication with loved ones. 11. Remain positive and put plans in place to cater to your absence while at the hospital. Remember, stigma, discrimination, and false information can kill faster than the virus. Be safe, be healthy, be responsible. Prevent the spread.
Welcome back. You're watching 84 TV Radio News Update. Hospitals and clinics in Iran are no longer performing vasectomies or giving out contraceptives in an attempt to boost the country's declining population. However, the Director General of the Ministry of Health's Office of Population and Family Health, Hamid Barakati, said family planning procedures and products will continue to be available from pharmacies, private hospitals and public hospitals to women whose lives are at risk. Iran's government and the Supreme Leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, have been pushing citizens to have more children for at least a decade by limiting access to family planning services, increasing the number of infertility clinics, and telling Iranians it is safe to have children every 18 to 14 months. Tanzania has finally released its COVID-19 data since it stopped giving updates on the 29th of April and recently declared the country free of the virus. Tanzania's Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa on Monday said there are 66 active coronavirus cases hospitalized in 10 regions of the country, while other 16 regions do not have any active cases. The country's total number of confirmed cases, however, remains unclear, as its last official data released on the 29th of April was 509 cases and 21 deaths. Last month, the United States Embassy warned that hospitals in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, were overwhelmed and chances of contracting the virus was high. In sports, the English Premier League returns this Wednesday after 100 days on hold due to COVID-19, a couple of days behind Bundesliga and La Liga. As the leagues resume, Aston Villa kicks off against Sheffield United, to be followed by Manchester City versus Arsenal. Preparations are ongoing smoothly with regular testing of players and staff. And that's it on 84 TV Radio News Update, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. You can join the conversation on our website at www.84tvradio.com. Please follow us on our social media platforms at 84 TV Radio on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn and Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at 84 TV Radio. Many thanks for watching. I am Adirayo Senami.